Hey there, happy Tuesday. It's 11:11. It's time for another little segment of Everyday Enlightenment. And we're going to talk about you being a diamond because things are intense out there, right? So I'm Clarissa and I do a little, if you're new to the channel, welcome, whether you are on YouTube or on Instagram. On Instagram, I do a little chat every Tuesday at 11:11 just to talk about the things. And today I want to just do a little check-in with you because things are getting interesting, right? And by interesting, I mean that we're seeing with much more clarity a clash between duality. And we are seeing a clash of power, a struggle for power on the earth plane right now. We're seeing that play out in a lot of different places. I'm in the United States. We are definitely seeing that here. And I know there's a lot of other countries that things are getting very hot and heated. So anyway, this journey that we are on, seeing the duality, seeing the clash of duality is part of our transformation and it's part of our evolution right now. And this is happening for the planet. This is happening for the spirit of the earth herself, Gaia. This is happening for us as a collective humanity. And it's also happening for us individually. So across the board, it is a special time right now because things are changing, which is good. But as things change, it's not always pretty, right? The change, the rebirth of things is not always pretty because you have to get rid of the old before you can put the new in place. And so even though this is a very transformative time on the planet, it is also super, super intense, right? So I want to use an analogy about how a diamond is created because a diamond is one of the most beautiful, brilliant, sparkly, hardy, and resilient gems that we have on the planet, right? But the way it gets there, the way it gets to do that, the way it gets to have those qualities are because it undergoes a tremendous amount of pressure. And so I want to remind you that, hold that, if you can hold that perspective, that that you are being shaped into your own diamond essence right now, while undergoing a tremendous amount of pressure, because there's pressure. Everybody is going through the same thing. You are not alone. We are all going through this together. And so if you can hold the perspective that you are being shaped into your diamond essence right now through this entire energetic shift of what's going on, hopefully that can give you a wider bandwidth to be able to handle any of the things that are coming at you right now, because there's a lot and there will continue to be a lot over the next few months. And this is just the, where we're at right now. And it's okay because it's not going to last. This too shall pass, right? And so I want to remind you this is a great time to pull out all of your self-care things. Whether you're new to the self-care world or you have been doing it for decades, this is the time to go back to the basics and go through all of your self-care, your self-care suitcase to see what fits you best. And so all of the things, grounding, smudging, Epsom salt baths, energy work, spending much more time in nature, journaling, meditating, all of those things, and maybe it's just dancing around in your living room with music that really makes you feel great and really, brings your energy up. All of those things are great. So this is the time where we need to pull those out and we need to use all of them, because the more that you can hold this higher energy in your body, and not to say that there aren't moments where we feel down or, we panic or whatever, but the more often you can go back to your breath, that you can go back to your body and hold joy, happiness, love, compassion, empathy, any of those things, the better it is for the energy around you, and you can lift the energy around you by doing that. So this is the time to do that. And I also want to remind you to turn off your TV. Turn off the damn TV, because a lot of what is the narrative that is being discussed there is deliberately trying to place us in areas of fear and uncertainty and things like that. So if you do your research, you know that the thousands and thousands of news channels that we have all over the world, this isn't just America, all over the world, are really owned by like 6 corporations. And those corporations have interests into how things, play out. So this isn't like a political thing, but do your research and start to, watch documentaries, follow different people that are not on the mainstream, things that are sharing things that make you question what is going on in the narrative that we are seeing right now. Okay. So do your research, but turn off the TV, especially if it's making you feel bad. So the job of the news is to be divisive, to, help divide people and to instill fear. And that is not what we need right now. There's already plenty of that on the planet. We don't need to add to that, right? So glad you guys agree. So turn off the news if it is, making you feel overwhelmed and anxious and fearful, because then it's doing its job. And for most of the planet, we're trying to make a change in the other direction. So yeah, do your things, do all of your self-care things, and use your discernment about what is true for you. Okay. So it's easier to do that when you don't have like a narrative being blasted in your face. So think for yourself, do your own research, and turn off the damn news, because they have an agenda. All right. And also I do, since there are some, there's plenty of wonderful things out there too, by the way. Like if you find people on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or, Parler that you connect with, like follow those messages and those sharings that resonate with your heart. Okay. So just want to remind you about that. And speaking of that, I am also doing a interview series right now. It's called Sovereign and Strong: How to See Beauty in Chaos, Shift Your Consciousness, and Create Peace Within. And I think it's such a perfect time to have these conversations where I'm interviewing 20 other amazing women that are doing things on the planet to help transform and uplift their communities. And so if you want to join us in those conversations, I welcome you in. We started Monday, but you can still join in. You'll get an email every day with one of the interviews, and we're talking about really amazing things that deal with victim consciousness, rebirthing the new earth. My chat with Rebecca Wilson went out today. The beautiful Aloise Surfleet Middleton is coming up either tomorrow or Thursday, and she's talking about 5th dimensional living and above, and how to create heaven on earth for yourself. So if you are interested in any of these topics, we're going to be talking about emotional intelligence, new technology, which is super cool, purpose, meditation, the astrology and the cosmic viewpoint of what's happening right now on the planets, because it's all related, right? So I hope you join us. You can just click the link on my bio to do that, or go to sovereignandstrong.com. It's all spelled out, sovereignandstrong.com, and join us there. Or you can just shoot me a direct message and I can just add you to the list so you'll get the emails. So but yeah, so that's part of my contribution to helping to the narrative right now, to lift people up, to give them hope, to give them perspective and knowledge that, things are interesting right now, but this change is necessary, and it is going to be in service of everybody on the planet. So join me for that if you want, but DM me any questions, and just stick to your self-care right now and use your discernment about what is true for you. So have a wonderful week. I will see you guys Tuesday.